Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jalen Says, and today we're with George Wallace.
Hello, Jalen. It's so good to be with you, young man. When they asked me to come on with you and they said he was, are you 11 or 12? Or 9?
11.
You're 11. I said, oh, yes, we've got to do that with a young man. And I'm so proud to be here, and thank you so much. I just cut off another show because I said, no, I got to pay respect to Jalen. I'm so happy to be here with you, and I'm here for you for at least another 2.5 hours.
So I was actually just watching that show.
Really?
Yeah, as soon as we got home, we tried to turn it on. Yeah, we got it on.
Well, thank you so much, man. And I'm here for you. You want to ask any questions, what I do. I don't do much. I have to apologize to you because you're a young kid. And my profession is lying. And I don't ever want you to get into that profession unless you plan on making a lot of money. The more you lie, the more money you make. Look at Donald Trump. So that's what I do. I lie, but I try to lie in a positive way that people are having fun. I take jokes and twist them around. And so I don't even know what you want to ask me. I just wanted to be a giving person, to be able to honor your request. You asked for me, and I'm here.
Thank you. By the way, before we start, I tried to get this hat. I went to like 2 stores to try to find this hat. I just wanted to.
Oh, you mean like a George Wallace I Be Thinking cap?
Yeah.
Oh, you got one coming, son. You got one coming. I got brand new ones over there. Oh man, you got it coming. You got everything coming because you're a young person, and I respect young people. I love young people. Not only do you have a hat coming, you got a book called Bull Twit. This is for tweeting. I just wrote a brand new book, just came out yesterday, Bull Twit and Whatnot. It's about tweeting and having fun. And you got this book coming. I wrote a book here, another book you got coming. I'm just going to load you up because I love young people. I want you to prosper. I want you to make millions of dollars, okay? My first book was Laugh It Off, and I want you to get involved with that. Laugh It Off. I was encouraged to write this book by a young man from Houston, Texas, one of the greatest comedians in the world, by the name of Joel Osteen. You ever heard of Joel Osteen? He's a preacher, and he won't start his sermon without telling a joke. So, but you got this book coming, and I'm just happy for you.
Oh, thank you. Can we talk about your the first book you brought up?
Bull Twit.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that book? So it's about tweeting.
I can tell you about tweeting. Tweeting is a new measure, new form of social media that the young kids are doing. And let me be very, very honest with you. Most comedians my age are not into social media. See, I've been doing comedy since 1883. See, I'm very, very, very old. And so most comedians my age like to go home and stay at home. But I want to be in the know. I want to hang out with you young kids. I want to do the Instagram. I want to do the TikToks. And because I do everything. Basically, Jalen, I'm a comedian. I'm like the new Mr. Vegas. I tell jokes. I've done every television talk show. You might know me as Grandpa Earl from KC Undercover was in there. You might know me from the movies I've done. I've done quite a bit. I'm the most blessed person you have. Jalen, let me put it like this. I am the most successful person you know in show business. You have met me, okay? Let me explain that to you. It's not how much money you make. It's how you enjoy your life while you're living. And I have been blessed to do what I want. I wanted to be a comedian since I was 6 years old, and I'm doing it. And when you honor your essence, as you're doing right now, show people what you do, and you love what you do, you don't worry about the money. The money will come. And you don't need to make all the money in the world. Just make, and I'm teaching young people today, young comedians, don't worry about being on top of the mountain. There's a lot of pressure when you're number one. Prince had a lot of pressure. Michael Jackson had a lot of pressure. All of these people on top. And there's nothing wrong with getting up there, but you got to be able to handle it. Don't worry about being on top of the mountain. Just be on your way up the mountain.
Yes. So,
So you still want to hear more about about tweeting. So the tweeting part is like a new medium that people are having to.
I know what tweeting is. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not that old, okay?
Well, you're only 10. You're not old at all.
11, okay?
Is there a difference? I would
I
like to
mean,
think so. He says, I would like to think so. Yes, you're right.
the difference is technically now I'm almost a tween.
A tween. How about that? Well, I'm proud of you. First of all, you know you're close to being a tween and you're hosting a show. That's big time, my friend. And that's why I wanted to do it. I said, if you started 12, 11 doing this, can you imagine what you're going to be doing at 20, producing shows? That's the only reason I'm talking to you, because I can see in the future, and I know 20 years from now, 15 years from now, you're going to be a big boss, and I'm going to need some work. I'm going to have to depend on you. Going to go say, Mr. Wallace did my show when I first started, and then you're going to come back and give me a big contract. That's what you're going to do. I appreciate that. Any more questions?
So tell me about your second book, your first book.
The first book is called Laugh It Off, and that's so important. People take life too serious. People don't laugh enough, you know. As it says at the top of the book, we don't stop laughing because we grow older, but we do grow older because we stop laughing. Now, this is something you're going to learn as you grow. Keep laughter in your life. Laughter is the most important thing you can do. When you see a baby being born or a few months later, the greatest thing you can notice is the smile on a baby's face. Now, I'm going to teach you this right now because you just did it. Do you know you cannot even fake a smile without feeling better? Now, look at you. Look at you. See how, look what just happened to you. You're laughing, you're feeling good, and you feel laughter is the best medicine in the world. Now, you want to know something else, Jalen? Laughter is free medicine. It's free. And that's why I encourage people to overdose on laughter. Some people take laughter too seriously. And you know, sometimes worrying about a situation is worse than the situation itself. So I want you to just keep laughter no matter what it is. You know, you go to funerals now, somebody's telling a joke. Whatever you do, just laugh it off. And they can get you out of trouble too. Somebody tick you off and make you angry. You know, you just go like, you know what? I'm going to let go. I'm just going to laugh it off. And people will look at you like, okay, he's laughing. So, you know, it's so good. And so we encourage you to keep laughter around children. We encourage people to overdose on laughter. And if you start laughing for more than 4 hours, I think that's when you should call your doctor and then give the doctor the same prescription so the doctor can laugh with you. It is important to laugh and enjoy no matter what you do, be happy. Bobby McFerrin sang a song once called Don't Worry, Be Happy. And it's important to do that. So whenever you're doing and you get down, even when you get mad or your parents tick you off, you just go, Ma, just start laughing. But you got to look out for that backhand lick coming. But it's important to laugh. I'm glad you're laughing. So the book is called Laugh It Off. And the foreword was written by my best friend of 45 years, Jerry Seinfeld. You might have heard of him. He's the richest man in comedy. Jerry Seinfeld, my best friend for 45 years. And there's a TV show called Seinfeld. I'm actually the real George in the show. I was Jerry Seinfeld's roommate for 13 years. I was best man at Jerry Seinfeld's wedding. And I'm also the father of his kids. So that's how close we are. And that's why we laugh all the time. And you got to keep laughing in your life. And I got people, you know, comments on here from Donnie Osmond. He came from a big family. They laughed a lot. JALEN, Chris Rock. All of these are my friends. And I hope what do you want to do? Maybe you're doing the interviewing, but I'm just going to ask you, what is your goal in life? What would you like to do, JALEN?
Well, my goal in life is to make people happy.
Ooh, that's one of my profound statements. You know why? Because when I see happy people, it makes me happier. And then that satisfies everybody. And you're already doing it because you got your smile on your face. So what you do, when you make people happy, when you walk into a room, you must already have the personality to bring joy into a room because you already got that smile on your face. And see, I was not the class clown, but I was the instigator. When I walk into a room, and even today, I like to walk into a room and people start getting happy. That's why they call me Dr. Wallace, because people feel better. Laughter is the greatest medicine. And to make people happy, that's great, man. That's really great. I hope you become a great comedian, a film writer, or a producer in the world of laughter. Because when you stop laughing, once again, you stop living. You gotta laugh it off, everything. So you're doing the right thing, and not many. You know what? It's the hardest job in the world to make people laugh. Out of everything, everybody you see out there, singers, business people, accountants, nobody can do what a comedian can do. You might be a great funny actor, but to get on stage every night in front of thousands of people and make people laugh, and every show is different. Listen to me. You might do the same joke, but it is delivered in a different manner. And you got to make that working off the experience, not the experience, off the experience and the attitude of the audience, the barometer. We call it when we go out on stage and we're saying hello, that's a barometer. We're measuring, do we start fast? Do we start slow? Is this a smart audience? This is a dumb audience? But you go out there for one purpose, and that's to have fun.
Yes. So what is your most fun thing to do?
Lie. I love to walk out on stage every night and work. You know, nobody, to be able to just listen, JALEN, my fun thing is to go to work. I'm ready to go to work right now, but because of COVID, I'm in Atlanta at my home. But for 45 years, JALEN, 45 years, I go out on stage and I honor my essence. I love telling jokes and make people happy. And sometimes I don't even have to tell jokes. I just go out to go, hey, how you guys doing? Where you from? And I've been all over the world and I can associate with them. People come to Las Vegas to see me. They come from Singapore. They come from China, South Africa. I was talking to Trevor Noah last night from South Africa. It's just amazing when you have a job that you love. Make sure, once again, you honor your essence. Enjoy your life. Even going to college, I love to speak at colleges and say, just because you're getting a degree in marketing doesn't mean you got to do statistical analysis the rest of your life. Your passion might be arranging flowers. Your passion might be fixing cars or painting refrigerators. Whatever you love doing, there's a market for that. And the money will come. And they say you'll never have a job in your life. And I've been blessed to, I don't think I've ever filled out a job application. I love what I do. I've been telling jokes, having fun. I was vice president of sales of the world's largest outdoor advertising agency. Just went in and presented myself, and they said, we think you'll do a good job as a salesperson. You know, the first thing you do when you sell a person, here's the first thing you do to make a good sale. That smile. Look at you. Say you walk into a room, people are going to go, okay, I got to talk to this guy. He's got a smile on his face, because laughter is contagious. It's very contagious, and it's good, JALEN. I'm going to let you talk a little more because you're going to get some experience, more experience of interviewing crazy people like me.
Okay, but what did you sell?
Well, when I first started, JALEN, here's a story that you've heard before. When I got out of college, I sold rags, real rags, at a company called Cleveland Cotton Products in Cleveland, Ohio. You'd be surprised how much money you can make selling rags. Everybody needs a rag. A restaurant needs rags. Mechanics need rags. Funeral home needs rags. Dentist needs rags. Everybody needs a rag. And I sold rags, and I did very well. JALEN, I sold a product called the ShamWow. I sold that back in 1974. The ShamWow, a uniform, perfectly cut cloth as opposed to a real rag, and it absorbs water very well. I sold that product in 1974. One day I made $3,500 at a company called Earl Scheib auto repair company. $3,500 in one day. And then that was in Brooklyn, New York. And then the whole company caught on and they wanted it nationwide. And Cleveland Cotton Products, the company, young black man like me, systemic racism back in the day, took the count away because I was working 15 cents. I was uncommissioned. You think they would have given me all of that money for every Earl Scheib shop, collision shop in America? I would have been making so much money, but they took the account away and I couldn't do anything about it at the time because that was back in the 70s and it was like, who am I going to hire? But you know what? I was wanting to be a comedian, so I was making enough money to be on my journey to becoming a comedian. And then I sold advertising. If you've ever been to New York City, Times Square, all of the billboards, the spectaculars, and all of the advertising on the 5,000 buses in New York City, Detroit, Cleveland. I was vice president of that, and I sold that. And then I went to a comedy club one night, and I said, by the way, I want to sell them advertising, to put them on the buses. My thought was to put your business in the streets so people can find out who you are and where you are. And as I was walking out, closing the sale, I said, and by the way, I do a little comedy, because I had been starting comedy in college and here and there. And they said, you do some comedy? Come on back tomorrow night, Thursday night. I went up on Thursday night. I was a preacher back then because I was in the church. You know, black people go to church so much that I made fun of the preachers up there, whatever the preacher, just whatever they say, and how people do in church. And my mom used to get on me all the time because I'm noticing everything. Like every Sunday when the preacher, you're talking about me lie. People in church lie all the time. Every Sunday morning, the preacher tells everybody, would you please close your eyes in prayer? You might close one eye, but you ain't closing both eyes. So my mom, the preacher said, close your eyes in prayer. My mom used to turn to me and say, close your eyes, boy. And I go, how do you know? You close your own eyes. How did you know? So, but enjoying life and telling jokes. And I went on the stage that night, Thursday night and Friday night, and I've been telling jokes ever since 1976. And that's when I met my best friend, Jerry Seinfeld, back in 1976. And to this day, we are still best friends. And he's like the richest man in comedy. And I tell you what, when you got a friend like that, God bless him. I wish everybody had a friend like Jerry Seinfeld because, you know, when you got a friend like that, if he's got a jet, I got a jet. He got a ship, I got a yacht. So I take advantage of that and we have fun and life is good. And we get to laugh and travel all over the world. And make sure that's another thing you've got to do, Jalen. I apologize for going off track, but make sure you travel. People that travel are different. Go to all points of the world, and it's good to meet other people. And you want to know something? There's good people everywhere. There's a few mean people in every country, but there are good people everywhere. I've been to communist Germany before the wall came down. I love Shanghai is my favorite city in the world. Hong Kong, Macau, South Africa, you name it, I've been there. And you want to know Jalen, do you know the most beautiful city in North America? I hope you get up there. It's called Vancouver, British Columbia. Right here close to, and it doesn't get cold up there either. See, everybody thinks Canada is cold, but not in British Vancouver, Columbia. So make sure you put travel down on your things to do list, okay?
Okay. So what are your best jokes?
I don't know what my best jokes are. My best jokes could be in the book here, Bulltwit at georgewallace.net. And people want to buy the book. It's a great Christmas gift, Bulltwit. It's a little online roundings. And I want to tell you one of my jokes. I have so many great jokes that I like. Whoever came up with the idea at Thanksgiving of stuffing the turkey, I think that's really unique. And I was just thinking, who came up with this idea? Who came up with what? They had this turkey base, Jalen. They had it prepared and seasoned and getting ready to put it in the oven. And all of a sudden, you know, like one of those old crazy uncles out of nowhere said, hold it. Wait a minute. Let's stuff some up that turkey's behind. Let's stuff some wet bread up his butt. Matter of fact, whatever's left in the refrigerator, let's just stuffing up that turkey's butt. What we got in there? Apple, oranges, celery, onions. Just keep stuffing stuff in there. Oysters. What is it in the refrigerator? What is in that yellow and red box? Baking soda? Stuffing up that turkey's butt. Just keep stuffing. We're making a bomb. Just keep stuffing stuff up that turkey's butt. You know, Taylor, you don't know this, but the people in Oklahoma, they stuff their turkey with popcorn. So when the turkey blows its butt off, they know it's done. Mm-hmm. That's one of the, I got so many jokes, and I have a joke about every subject whatsoever. And here's a good joke. Here's a good joke, Jalen. You may not even get this joke, but I was talking to, have you ever been to Africa? I tell people every night, you need to travel and you need to go to Africa. You saw the movie Black Panther, did you not? See, let me tell you something about that. Black Panther, here's one of my best jokes ever written. Black Panther, they wanted to make this movie in Africa. And they got on the airplane and they went to Africa. You know, the movie making capital of the world now is Atlanta, Georgia. So they left Atlanta, Georgia, and they went to Africa to make the movie, Black Panther. But when they got to Africa, they found that they didn't have enough black people. So they had to call Delta Airlines and fly them back to Atlanta. Because I don't know whether have you ever been to Atlanta? They got more black people in Atlanta. It's so many Africans get off the airplane in Atlanta, they go, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, black people everywhere, Jalen. So many black people in Atlanta, it's just amazing. And they own everything, Jalen. They own Chinese restaurant. Black people got Chinese restaurant. They got oxtail fried rice. Oh, Jalen, when you come to Atlanta, you're gonna see some crazy stuff. It's so many black people in Atlanta, Jalen. Chick-fil-A is open on Sunday. There's a lot of black people. We got a gas station here called BP. Now you're on the West Coast, aren't you? So we have a gas station, a big gas station, every corner, BP gas station. And I just found out it meant black people. Mm-hmm. Black people gas. So these are some jokes and many jokes about kids going to school. And here's one of my first jokes, Jalen. I came home with my report card, nothing but D's and F's. My mother said, boy, what are these D's and F's for? And you know me, I be thinking, what are these D's and F's for? I said, doing fine, doing fine, doing fine. So that was one of my earlier jokes. What, you have jokes, Jalen? Maybe, maybe not. See, that takes me on another trend. I do jokes like that too. Why do people say maybe, maybe not? Don't they mean the same thing? Maybe. Maybe not. See, Jalen, my mind is a little warped. I do crazy things. It's like I'm in the grocery store the other day. I saw an item that said evaporated milk. And I'm thinking, well, what's in the can? So Jalen, my mind is all over the place. I think about things like running for president. After 45 years of doing comedy, I love what I do, and I write new jokes every day. Like today, I wrote like, did Trump do anything stupid today? He woke up. He woke up. So, and life is good. When you're writing jokes and making people happy, it's just wonderful. I forgot to tell you, Jalen, they pay you big money just to go out there and lie. I mean, money you would never imagine. And you're having fun. And you should get paid having fun. No matter what you do, make sure you enjoy your life.
When was the first time that you, if you didn't like going up on stage?
Going up on stage?
Yeah.
I was making my Easter speech. No, I've always enjoyed entertaining because of my parents. Always fun in the house. First time I went up on stage, I probably got started. Well, no, what I used to do, Jalen, like I said, I wanted to be a comedian since I was 6 years old. I would hear jokes on the Tonight Show with Red Fox and Red Buttons and Red Skelton. And back, that's all the names Red, right? So those were people of color. back in the day. So I would take their jokes back to school, and I would do the jokes, and all of the kids would laugh. And so when you become, I was not the class clown, I was too smart for that. But when you're making people happy, that's very important, and you'll never forget it. And you want to know something else? They will never forget it. They will never forget it. There's nothing, happiness is just good to just be happy all the time. If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, just continue laughing. So in school, all through school, my whole life, writing jokes, making jokes. Through college, I went on stage in college, making jokes, having fun. Then I got to Las Vegas, and I'll tell you a little bit about me, JALEN, entertainers in Las Vegas. My name is George Wallace. They call me the new Mr. Vegas. I've worked Las Vegas as a Black entertainer. I've done more shows in Las Vegas as a Black entertainer than any other Black entertainers. You've heard of Red Fox, Sammy Davis Jr., Lena Horne, all of these people, and I love them, and I thank God for them paving the way for me. And because they had a tough time, especially Sammy Davis Jr., the greatest performer ever to go to Las Vegas. As great as he was, he could not walk through the front door to go work the very stage that he had to work on. He had to go through the back, through the kitchen. And every night before I start my show, I like to thank God for people. And I pay homage to Red Fox, Sammy Davis Jr., and Lena Horne, because they would be surprised today to see what has happened. You know, they would be surprised to know that we're still going through that kitchen. All entertainers still got to go through the kitchen. But what I do, JALEN, is very important for me and my psyche. And even right now, we're going through COVID. My job is to still keep people laughing. And I love to do that. We got the social distancing, and I'm doing the most I can for social distancing. I'm actually staying 6 feet away from myself. I don't trust me, okay? I got a mirror. I had to move to the other room because I was seeing me. So with the social distancing, I'm having fun with that, writing jokes about it. My daughter came by to visit me last week, and I live on the 25th floor, JALEN, and she was down in the parking lot, and I waved at her down on the 25th floor. And I said, keep moving, social distancing, keep moving, as close as you're gonna get. So we keep laughing no matter what. Even what the subject matter is, you keep laughing. It's important to laugh.
So what was your best time on the set acting or on the stage?
It's always going to be staged because this is, stage is always live and it's always fun. And I do a show where every night is a different show and you have fun and you never know what's going to happen. People come to my show late, they're going to catch hell. Oh my God. But you know what? I will never embarrass anybody. You will laugh with me. And I talk about anybody and everybody. And I have a unique show where all the entertainers come to my show. Like I said, my Jerry Seinfelds, my Chris Rock, my Chris Tuckers, Lonzo Bolton, new and young. I love for the comedians to come in the house because if you come to my show and you're a great comedian, you getting on that stage. Why should I do a whole hour up there talking when you're sitting out there in that audience? Get your behind up here and tell some jokes. Wanda Sykes, Marsha Warfield, what's his name? DC Young Flyer. All the young comedians, they come to my show and we just have fun. And it's just great to, when you're laughing, you just can't beat laughter. You cannot beat laughter. Everybody wants to laugh. And so my great moments are on stage. And sometimes in the films, acting, that's pretty good. But nothing is better than, we call it PA, personal appearances.
So what is your favorite time on set?
Walking out there and leaving. Sometimes it's hard for me to leave. I talk a lot. I talk too much. Actually, less is better. Less is more. But sometimes I get wrong because I own the show. Let's make that perfectly clear. In Las Vegas, I don't work for the hotels. I own the show, JALEN. I do the marketing. I do the advertising. I do the producing. I do the lighting. I do everything. Very few people get an opportunity to own a show. And because you can lose a lot of money and you can make a lot of money. So I don't care about money, but I made a lot of money, okay? And I love what I do and been doing it 45 years. I'm not on stage right now because of the COVID. I can wait. I'm playing it safe. There's a lot of young comedians that are going back and thank God for them. I guess you see me going back and forth. I got a new chair that's just leaning back and forth. I'm afraid I'm going to fall, and I don't want you to laugh that way, because you'll be laughing at me going, "Are his feet up in the air like it was on?"
And, that actually happened to me once, so no one will laugh,
No.
but I will laugh.
Yeah. Well, listen. How am I going to get to meet you one day when you start doing your stand-up comedy? Now, which city do you live in, sir?
Oh, you know what? I'm not sure you heard of it. I live in New York, by the Purple Elephant.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, I live in New York.
You said New
Yeah.
York? What, New York? Where's that near? I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's New York. You haven't heard of it? It's in the state.
Jada, let's make one thing perfectly clear. Nobody ever heard of Joe Mark or New Mark, okay? Nobody. You're the only one. Tonight is the first night anybody ever heard of New Mark.
No, it's New York. It's in Canistine. New York in Canistine. My address is 873.
Don't give your address. Don't give your address.
No. This is my real address. 873.
Don't give your address.
17,000,004. H. Mama.
Mama?
Yeah, Mama. Yeah. It's on Mama Lane. Mama Lane.
Your mama?
No, it's Mama Lane. It's actually Mama Lane.
Okay. Well, what country are you? Are you in America or are you in another country?
No, you haven't heard of this country? It's called Gunisteen.
I'm learning from you. But you might be a comedian, so you might be lying like I do. It's called what, Gunisteen?
No, Gunisteen.
Gunisteen. I apologize, man. I'm learning something. Thank you so much for doing that. And,
but you know what city I live? Do you know what neighborhood I live in? I live in Mama Street, but that's the street, not the neighborhood. The neighborhood's Georgia. Okay, that's the neighborhood.
Whereabouts in Georgia? Do you live near Atlanta, Georgia?
I don't live near Atlanta, Georgia. I told you exactly where I live.
Well, I can't hear good. I'm dumb. Okay, I go to night school. Okay, not that I had to go to night school. It's just that we live so far away that by the time I got there it was dark. But what country do you live in? What city do you live near? So
I live in Gunisteen. What city do I live near? I told you the city and state, but the city I live near is called Atlanta. Okay, Atlanta. No, it's not Atlanta. It's Atlanta.
Like A-I-N-T, Lana?
Yeah, yeah, people call it Auntie Lana, Aunt Lana.
You know what? I'm beginning to think there's something wrong with you. What are you?
Mama, sister, Lana.
Okay, if I had to send you a letter, what's your zip code?
My zip code. My zip code is Mama, your mama.
How about your mama?
It's not your mama.
Listen to me.
Your mama's in a different state, okay? Your mama's in a different state. It's Mama, yo mama.
You know you're pushing it, right? Because you know I'm the king of the your mama joke. So don't push it too. Don't push me, okay? Because I know your mama, okay?
Oh, okay, fine. I wasn't your mama, but
I want to know which city you live in. If you live in a different country, I'm very interested now.
I do live in the United States. Okay. But
okay. I live in the United States. Okay. Where do you live? Mid United States, Southern United States.
Georgia.
You're acting like a Georgia boy. That's what you're acting like. Where do you live?
Georgia.
Have you ever heard of College Park?
You know what? Let me just
You went offline.
No. I'm just gonna not look up College Park real quick.
You don't have to, because there is no college and there is no park. That's what I don't understand about Georgia down here. And they got a place. Listen, you see how I talk about everybody? I live in Atlanta. I'm born and raised in Atlanta. They got a place next to College Park called East Point. East Point and College Park are all on the south side of Atlanta. So how could East Point be on the south side. Let me tell you something about Atlanta, Jalen. I know you look like a Georgia boy. Look at you. And you know that's why you're crazy, because you're from Georgia too. You know it's so crazy here. You know
No one wears mask, okay? It's not Corona going out here. It's craziness.
It's Georgia. It's Georgia. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's Georgia. It's Georgia. Most people got infected with the Georgia. The only side effects is, not wearing masks.
Oh, Jalen, no, you didn't. Say that again. Say it one more time. The effect in Georgia, they don't wear masks.
Infected with Georgia, they don't wear masks. They just, they touching on everything. They're touching on everything. Everything.
I appreciate you bringing that up, because that is the truth. That's what I don't understand. I was doing national TV yesterday, and I'm thinking, I don't think the message has gotten to Georgia yet. I see people, just so many people without masks, Jalen, and I don't understand it.
The reason is because these people, they have the normal cable. Now, Georgia has a little bad cable, So it's basically like next year they'll start wearing masks, basically.
So they're a little behind.
Yeah, they're a little behind. Yeah.
Oh my. Well, they are different here, because I'm born, raised in Atlanta in DeKalb County. To make it sound like your place, DeKalb.
No, it's not DeKalb. It's DeKalb. DeKalb.
And Decatur,
yeah.
Which is I grew up a long time ago, was Decatur and DeKalb County. But
Decatur.
But we have a professional football team. When you talk about Atlanta people, we got two teams in Atlanta, Georgia. We got two birds. We got the Hawks, and we have the Atlanta Falcons. We got two birds that can't fly. Mm-hmm.
No. Now, see, when this is why they named it it's actually pronounced Falcons, because if you know the true story, you'll know why it's called Falcons. Okay, the person who basically started the league was horrible, basically very horrible.
Okay.
The time he actually did score, it was for the wrong team.
Really?
So it's actually called Falcons. His last name was Kun. Yeah, Kun. Yeah, that's his last name. So it's called Falcons.
Oh, yeah, they got the fail part right, and the con part right, but they're not really. Or maybe they're con man. Let's put it like that. But the fail part is definitely right. Yeah, fail cons.
No, the Hawks. Yeah. The Hawks are fine. They're actually named Hawks. Okay, they're actually.
Well, why don't you win anything? And I love my teams. I love my city. But we got to start winning. There's no need to even play ball if you know before you start that you're not going to be in the playoffs. You just might as well stay at home all night. And the Falcons are playing so bad now. I call them the Chick-fil-A Falcons because they're both closed on Sunday. Mm-hmm. That's my job, is to make up jokes, Jalen.
Well, actually, it's a little past this, but do you want to do audience questions?
There's no audience. Yes, if you have an audience, let's do. I know you got some great friends out there. If there's a question for me, people want to know, is that the man from The Wash, the movie The Wash? Yes, that's me. I'm Mr. Washington.
Where can we buy your books?
I'm sorry?
Where can we buy your books?
You go to online, georgewallace.net. georgewallace.net, and you buy the book. Let me tell you something. I'm different, Jalen. I don't go to Amazon because Amazon takes half your money. But you get this book, Bull Twit, which is the new book, and everybody's going crazy over it. I was voted one of the top 25 funniest tweeters in the world by Rolling Stone magazine. That's what this book about right here. And you need to get something. You may not have heard of this before, but people say, what do you get the guy that has everything for Christmas? You go online, georgewallace.net, georgewallace.net, and you get a few online ramblings by George Wallace. And they're just vents, things I don't understand.
But
things I don't understand. Like when there's some jokes in there, like when I was poor. We were so poor, people used to break into our house and they would go in and they go, oh my God. And they would bring us furniture. They would bring us furniture. Hey, what are you laughing at? That's not funny. And listen, Jalen, Jalen.
Man, you made my voice crack, okay? You made my voice crack.
Jalen, we were so poor that there's a group in Atlanta, we used to hear them sing, it's called the Pips. We were so poor, we could only listen to the Pips. We never knew about their Gladys Knight. We never knew that was a Gladys Knight. It was just, we were so poor that there's a TV show called And Sons. That's all we know. We never knew about Mr. Sanford. We never knew about Mr. Sanford. And even, but that's what I write crazy jokes like that. And as I said before, and I'm crazy. I do things that you're not supposed to do. You know, like I'll eat cupcakes out of a pan.
Oh, dude, you know what I do?
What do you do?
Oh, first off, you're right about Amazon. They're, you know, I don't really trust eBay that much. I don't know why, but
Because
Amazon,
people already used it.
That's true. But Amazon sells this shake flashlight, which I want for Christmas, for $60.
What's the name of the flashlight?
It's a JP flashlight.
What does it do?
Well, it basically lasts all your life, even if you're just born. It's rechargeable.
Now, let me tell you something. That's a lie. Okay, everything is a lie on TV. I got to teach you something. Everything. It's a lie. Everything on television is a lie.
It was not television. It's 9 years old. Okay, it's 9 years old. It's still the best shake flashlight.
But it doesn't matter. Everything on TV is a lie. Don't you hear them say, like Tide laundry detergent the other day said, Tide is 50% stronger than it used to be. So last year, I was using some real crap, right? Everything is a lie. You ever say, give me a break, give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. And then I bought 7. I put them in the freezer. I bought it. I heard nothing. It's all a lie. Everything is a lie, man. I'm just telling you, I could tell you all kind of crazy things. Just everything is a lie on TV. The mattresses on TV. They got a mattress they sell on TV. You can jump. The mattress comes in a little box, and you open it up, and the mattress explodes into a king-size mattress. And Jalen, they say, if you don't like it, you can send it back. You try to put that full-size mattress back in that little small box. It's all a lie, Jalen. I wish I could be Jalen, I want you to be so you're not going to be a comedian. Are you going to be a comedian?
Maybe not.
Didn't I just tell you not to say maybe not? Don't they mean the same thing?
Yes, it does. That basically means maybe, and in another timeline, maybe again. So maybe and maybe.
No.
No, maybe not. Basically, maybe or maybe.
See, or maybe. Okay, you're really trying to analyze this joke. You're gonna have to learn how to let some of the jokes just go, okay? Now, what's on your next page? I see you got a little page over there.
Oh. No, I'm just analyzing the joke you just said.
You're analyzing a joke.
Yes, I'm writing it down with science.
Oh, I do believe in science. I believe in the STEM project, okay? So I know a little bit about everything. And I need to learn how to look into this camera when I'm talking to you. You're on my screen and I tend to look down and I'm just going, what he looks like? No, but I need to keep my head up at the screen, you see. Screen.
But wait, I have some more audience questions. Are there any roles you turned down? If so, why?
No, I don't turn down too many roles. And the roles that I get, I don't read for them. They call me and just say, do it. I just did Adam Sandler's Hubie Halloween. Just do it. I'm doing a movie. I did a movie with Morgan Freeman last year. Just do it. They call me. Most people do read it. Audition is the word. I never wanted to do movies or television. I love stand-up comedian. I love going in front of audiences that pay to come to laugh. But I'll do a movie every now and then. I'm going to do a TV show, though. I'm going to do a TV show. See the little bird right there? That's going to be Wally Bird. Wally Bird. And I'm going to be talking to kids like you and everybody else. Some of the things you young kids do that we don't do. Like, you're 10 years old, and some of the young kids, you have a lot to learn. Like, I went into McDonald's the other day, Jalen, and I ordered at the drive-thru, I ordered a hamburger. And the young person behind the counter on the PA system said, "Would you like cheese on that?" And I had to say to him, "Did I order a cheeseburger? I ordered a hamburger. And I want ham on it."
Yeah, ham. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Put some ham on it, yes. Question number 2. Question number 4, audience questions. Okay, let me answer that. I know everything. I already know what the question is.
Okay, so what is the next question?
The next question is, will you come back again, Mr. Wallace, and be with me?
Well, that is a question, but not the next one.
It may not be the next one, but it's the last one. Look, it may not be the next one, but it's the last one. That was your last question of the day. No, I can't do you like that. Go ahead. Go ahead. Who is my favorite comedian? Oh, who is my favorite comedian, laughing or not laughing? I can't read. Who is my favorite comedian, living or not living? Can I go away for less than 5 seconds? I'm going to go away for 5 seconds. You stay right there. My glasses fell on the floor, but I got something for you.
Okay. Well, while he's doing
there are so many comedians. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
There are so many great comedians out there. My favorite comedian today could be DC Youngfly. It could be Jerry Seinfeld. It could be Dave Chappelle. It could be so many different people. I like everybody. It could be a lady named Daphne Springs. It could be a lady named, could be a young man by Alonzo Bowden. It could be Lunel. But these are some of the reasons that I became a comedian. Those are black comedians years ago. You got Jackie Moms Mabley, Godfrey Cambridge. See the man in the middle, Richard Pryor, and Esther. You got a whole lot of people that I grew up with that was very, very funny people. And I love everybody. And if I were to see you on stage, you would be my favorite comedian for that night. Because funny is funny, and I think it's great. But there are different thoughts that people can associate with. Marshall Warfield. That's who some other comedians you might know. You know, who are your favorite comedians? Give me something. Bernie Mac was great. You know what I'm saying? Trying to tell you, you know what I'm trying to tell you? The young punk ass kid, you know what I'm trying to tell you? You know, so he could have been one of your funny comedians. Who do you like, Dylan?
Kevin Hart, but I just saw this, but there's a modification to this question. Who is your favorite comedian? Laughing or not laughing?
Who just changed that around? Laughing or not laughing? I like everybody right now. My favorite comedian. See, this is how smart and sharp you got to be. My favorite comedian today, laughing with a smile on his face. His name is JALEN. You haven't heard of him, but he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. So you got to be sharp when you're on stage. You got to know the right thing to say.
So, okay. So we have. I don't think we have any more.
Wait a second. Just stop right here. This is one thing you got to do when you're a comedian. Am I getting paid for this? Because if I'm not getting paid, that's when everything just cuts off. And you go, that's the meanest man I ever saw in my life. He thought he was getting paid. He was really nice. No. Look, I can do that. Anything you can do, I can do better. Hey, Jalen, you must, and your people, whoever's handling you, you must send me your information so we can send you a hat and some books, okay?
I already told you my address, man.
I already told you. I can't remember it too, didn't I? Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Look at me when I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You listen to me. You hear me? You know I can't remember that address.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
You hear me very well. Where are your earbuds?
My earbuds, I have earphones actually, and they're, wait 1 second, I'm plugging them in right now.
Hey, Jalen, let me ask you a question. How did you find me?
Well, I heard of you a ton, and my mom reached out to your assistant, and then your assistant
Wait,
reached
let's
out,
make it perfectly clear. Those are my
and
assistants.
then
Those are my employees, okay?
okay. So your employee reached out to you, then you reached out to your employer, then he reached back to my mom, and then she reached out to me, then I reached out to the computer looking you up. Then I reached back to my mom, she reached back to your assistant, and then
Okay,
they
that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. But listen, people are not going to believe that you got me to do this. Did you know that?
Okay, fine. I may have bribed him a little. I may have bribed him.
No, not bribed. I saw your name. They said the 11-year-old Jalen says he wants me to be on the show, and I went, you know what? Somebody's got to help somebody. Might as
Yeah.
well be the first, and I'm having fun too. So thank you. Can you
Yeah.
hear with those infos on? It look like you can't hear.
Oh yeah, I could definitely hear. And great
Get your hands
playoff.
off you. Get your hands away from your mouth so I can see what you're saying.
Yeah. By the way, great playoff. I totally didn't bribe you. Yeah. I totally didn't bribe you. Look in your mailbox tomorrow.
See, now you're starting good. You're starting to lie real good. You're getting into it. There you go. Look in the mailbox tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. Look in the mailbox tomorrow. Yeah. I'm just gonna send you a
If I
little.
look into the mailbox tomorrow, 15 minutes after that, guess where I'm going to be?
What?
You like Anna in your mama street. We'll be looking for you, son.
It's your mama street, and you should.
Boulevard. Yes, Boulevard, right?
No, it's not Boulevard. You should have written down, man. You should have written it down, man.
I bet you can't even spell the street you live on. Do it for me now.
I'm not gonna say the street I live on in front of people.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you to spell it. It's too late. You already said it.
What?
Gina Lena Amper ain't been even in your mama lane. That's what you said.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. Okay.
One thing remember when you're a comedian, when you tell a lie, you got to remember the lie you told, okay?
Okay, and I remember I never said any of that.
What is that you said?
I said I live in Aunt Lana, aka Auntie Lana, aka Mama Sister Lana.
There's no M in Atlanta. Mama says.
No, it's Mama Sister. Aunt. Mama Sister is an aunt.
Okay.
Aunt Lana. Aunt Lana. I
So
live in Aunt
when you really
Lana.
learn how to say it, it's just going to be, there's no A and T on it when you really get down. Where you from? Atlanta?
No, Aunt
Somebody's calling
Aunt
me.
Lana. Aunt Lana. Okay.
Guess who's
Aunt
calling
Lana.
me right now?
Ew.
My best friend, Jerry Seinfeld.
Really?
Yeah. He's looking for me now. We have a little problem and we got to solve it. And let me tell him, I'm going to call him right back. I'm going to call you back in 2 minutes. Okay.
So I was just checking something, but
You're trying to close out now. It's called you're trying to close out now and get your last comments in. Go ahead,
okay.
Jalen.
So can you tell us where we
Jalen.
can find you and where we could see your tweets?
You can see my tweets at Mr. George Wallace. Do that. Go to Mr. George at Mr. George Wallace. You can find me. My books are at georgewallace.net. Instagram, I got to become better. I got to hang out with Jalen more to get my Instagram rolling. The real George Wallace, okay? The real George Wallace. And we're having fun and we're enjoying another evening with Jalen, my new best friend, Jalen. And I want you to do me a favor. Sit back, relax. This is your day. Jalen, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. See ya.
Wait. There's one thing. By the way, can you stay off after we end the live show? I need to talk to you.
Okay, for a few seconds because I got to get back to a book we're writing. I'm writing another book called More Books with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But vote.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's so important for you to vote. Jalen is not allowed to vote at this time, but he is allowed to try to persuade you to vote. And if you are listening anywhere in all of America, you can vote again, especially if you don't live in Georgia. You can vote again by sending in $5 and or more to georgiasenate.com or fightfair.com with Stacey Abrams. And we need your money. We have two young men running for office. We got John Ossoff. I'm the one that came up with the phrase, vote your ass off for John Ossoff. We got my good friend, Reverend Dr. Raphael Warnock. So it's important for you to vote. And if you want to change your life and others' lives for the better, make sure come January 5, you do vote. You can start early voting as soon as the 14th of December. But make sure you vote, and we can change America. We can change Georgia, and we can be a better place to live. But you must vote.
Vote. And thank you for the audience, and stay on, George. I'll see you. And thank you, audience. Stay tuned for next time. We love you, and stay tuned. Bye, guys. Have a great Christmas.